Dragon Ball Daima episode 13 and 14. Now, in episode 13, not much happened. The only important things that happened was is that the king he ordered Degasu to shut down the warp summer, which warp summer, if you don't know, is that it's those mechanical fish that can teleport you to another demon realm or in between demon realm and the normal universe. You know those fish thing that help they help people cross over. Yeah, so that was shut down. And the majority of the episode was basically Goku and his friends that got stuck on this planet where everything was gigantic and they had to fight a giant, which the giant turned out to be like a baby of the giant. So, and it was like huge. So yeah, that's all that happened in episode 13. And like I said, not much happened, but yeah, it was a fun episode, but yeah, not much, nothing plot heavy. So yeah, it was almost like a fillery episode, but at the same time, it did expand like what's in the universe as well. So there is some lore, a little bit of lore, but nothing too major, nothing too heavy. So it was pretty like a basic episode, but a fun episode. Now, episode 14. Now, in this episode, what happens is that Goku and his friends are basically trying to cross over to get into the first demon round, and what they found out was, the mechanical fish, because it was shut down, they couldn't teleport, right? So they couldn't use the fish to go to the first demon realm. So what happened is that very near that fish, there's these tunnels. Well, one's in the ground and one's in the sky, right? And you're going through these tunnels, you can actually end up in a different demon realm. So the one in the sky takes you to the third demon realm, while the bottom one, the one that's in the ground, takes you to the first demon realm. And the thing is that these tunnels are both protected by some type of barrier, like a magical barrier that nobody can cross. And if you touch it, you basically get electrocuted to death, which is actually what happens with Goku, because he extends his power pole to try to hit the barrier, but he got electrocuted and basically got knocked out because of it. Then what happens is that the old Namekian, I keep forgetting his name, but the old Namekian, what he does is that he starts chanting this spell. And he makes this ball in his hand, right? So he's chanting this spell, and what happens is he disables the barriers of both of the tunnels. So he basically opens the demon realm, so anybody can cross into these tunnels now. So he disabled the barrier, and now they're freely able to cross. And what's interesting here is that it's revealed that this old Namekian is actually the one that actually created these barriers, because in the past, the second demon round, what happened was there was civil unrest and what appears to be almost to be like a civil war almost happening, and he had to seal off the tunnel so people couldn't cross. So eventually, peace was restored and stuff like that. But he always left them active so people couldn't cross over easily, and that's why they had the mechanical fish, right, to tell them to, which they call them Opsama, right? So they use that to teleport, and that's why they also needed, the king's permission to use them. So I found that quite interesting. But yeah, what happens is that so he takes down the barriers and they try to cross into the so they could get to the first demon realm. So what happens is that when they're in this tunnel, what happens is their ship, their plane, basically it starts traveling so fast because of the tunnel, because of I'm guessing there's like some type of acceleration thing, so they can get through it quicker. But what happens is they accelerate the plane so much that the plane was started to break apart. So what they had to do is they had to actually leave the plane behind, so they all had to jump out. And because obviously the plane was like breaking apart, so they had to jump out. So what happens is after that they just started flying, towards to fly towards the exit, right? So as they fly out, they actually get seen by two patrol guards, patrol soldiers that are just patrolling randomly, and they notice is that the portal to the tunnel wasn't there. And as they're looking at it, they see them drop out. They see Goku and his friends, they drop out. And when they make the report, they realize is that these are the guys that they need to take down. These are their bad guys, yeah? So they started firing at them to try to hit them out of the sky. And yeah, so they're starting to dodge and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically where the episode ends. Now, there's something I forgot to mention. I should have meant to mention this a bit earlier, but what happens earlier in the episode is that the king, he actually tells his elite soldiers, his special elite soldiers, that there's these guys that are gonna come and you guys gotta take them down because it shows these guys are so strong that they defeated Majin Buu and the Tagami. So yeah, so he's telling his now his special forces don't believe any of this, right? Because they think it's a joke. There's no one that can be that strong, and Degasu tells no, it's not a joke. You know, these guys are strong. You know, you guys are the only ones that could deal with them. Make sure they don't get into the palace, right? And now these guys, these special elite soldiers, they're a huge pun on the Ginyu Force. You know, they're basically based off the Ginyu Force because they do, you know, the poses and all that stuff. They do all that. And judging by the way the characters are, like their personalities, yeah, they're going to be farter. You can tell because once they go up against Goku and Vegeta, they're going to get slaughtered. You know, they're gonna get defeated. You know, you can tell big time because they're very gaggy. If you guys know what I mean, they seem like gag characters. So when they eventually, I'm calling it now, right? When they have to fight Goku and Vegeta, they're going to be so surprised they're going to get beaten easily. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen with these guys. Now, when it comes to Irene, I am not sure what her plan is because I don't know what she's going to use the Dragon Balls for, but we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to get revealed very, very soon, I think, because the way things are going, we're getting very close to the climax of the story because I don't think Daima will go much further than this. I'm guessing, now this could have been announced already, but my personal opinion is I think that the way it's going, because we're reaching the climax as well, because we're in the last part of the story now, I think that it's going to reach episode 26, and that's probably will be roughly the final episode. So the final battle is approaching because now Goku and his friends are basically in the first Demon Realm, and they're very close to the palace, right? Because you can see the palace close by, so the story's not going to go much further. So we're going to get a big battle coming very soon. So we have to wait and see. Overall, it was a good episode. It was a fun episode. Very well animated. Now, I keep saying this. When Dragon Ball Super comes back, this is the way they have to animate it. Because the animation quality is really good in this. Even when they're not fighting, and especially when they are fighting, it's very good animation, very good color palette as well. So yeah, they have to do Super like this. So, yeah, so since we're coming closer and closer to the climax, like especially, you know, after they beat the elite soldiers and when we get into the final battle, I can't wait to see that animation and that battle. I cannot wait. That's gonna be beautifully animated. I reckon that battle's gonna be good. I think that battle's gonna be good. But we're getting very close to it now because, like I said, you know, where all the chess pieces are slowly like getting into place for the final battle. We're nearly there. So, like I said, I don't think Daima will go past episode 26 because, you know, we're going to get a huge battle at the end of this, right? Because that's what always happens in Dragon Ball. The final fight is always like a very long battle sequence. We're going to get but it's probably going to go for 10 episodes, right? But we have to wait and see. I can't wait to see that at all animated. I can't wait to see that battle. So anyway, that's enough from me. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And yeah, thank you for watching.